Debbie Goodman, and this is Out and About with Debbie Goodman. This morning finds me at one of my favorite places in Fresno, my alma mater, and now my place of employment, Hoover High. In the background are some of my classmates that have come for a reunion. I'm going to be taking them on a tour because Hoover has changed a little since we graduated. Right now we're standing where the pool used to be. I remember having survival swimming in PE during second period. I would have liked to have had it after lunch or maybe even right before lunch. But as you can see, the pool is no longer here. We're gonna go see what they've done. Okay, now we're standing in front of Hoover High's new aquatic center. Of course, it's not brand new, but it is absolutely fabulous. Okay, so now we're at the track. I come out here, weather permitting, during lunch or a break in my schedule, and I walk the track. Back when we were here, this was dirt with rocks, and we had to run a mile for the physical fitness test on dirt and rocks in hot weather, uphill, in the snow. But no, really, we had to run the mile. So we would come out before school when it was still cool and do it. But this track is marvelous. We were just talking about some of the PE classes that Hoover offered when we were here. I got to take downhill skiing. We got 2 trips up to China Peak. I took archery. I got an A because I popped the balloon. I know that sounds strange, but that was how we determined our grade. Our final was, if you could pop that balloon on the target, you got an A. Hoover was a very progressive school back in the day. Maybe it still is. I took things like filmmaking, go figure. Back in those days, we used Super 8 film. They now have videography classes here, and they have a marvelous room for it with green screen and everything. Unfortunately, we don't have the key to get in there, but take my word for it. It's fantastic. Okay, so you're probably wondering how Hoover High chose a Patriot for the mascot in the colors green and white. Well, it was a mix-up downtown. They wanted to call it the Patriots and have it red, white, and blue, of course. But I guess the superintendent at the time had decided he wanted the colors green and white, and they were going to call us the Conquistadors, but at least Patriots won out over that. But he had sent the workout order out that the school was going to be green and white. So, Dartmouth green it was. Personally, I'm glad because green is my favorite color. We're talking about our memories in the Hoover High Library, which are very few. I remember coming in here on winter mornings and finding a book by Edward Gorey. I think it was called The Epileptic Bicycle. But my favorite one was a very dark one about little children dying. And for some reason it was funny. Kind of shows you where my mind is at. But we had to come in. If you had a PE excuse, you had to come in here, or if you played a sport. My sport was equestrian. I went off campus for that, and it didn't count as a school sport. Oh well. Did you play a sport?
No.
Tennis? Nothing? No. Tennis? Anybody? Track.
Basketball, track,
Basketball.
football, track, soccer.
Football, track, soccer. Yeah.
Bench sitter.
Okay.
Cheerleader. Not official.
All right. So after I got out of school, I took up something called martial arts, which is how I basically got back into filming. We created a TV show called Martial Arts Mania. Went down to Hollywood and interviewed people like Joe Mantegna from Criminal Minds and Eric Roberts from Star 80. Okay, so this is one of the newest additions in back of me. And this area used to be Academic C. I kind of liked Academic C. interesting little round building. Some of the classrooms faced outwards, and there was a big center in the middle where sometimes we'd go to watch a movie. But anyway, there are social science classes and foreign language classes and some science classes held in this new building. All right. So Sharon, who was your favorite teacher here at Hoover?
Mr. Smith.
Which one? We had 3 of them.
There was Neil.
Neil Smith.
Okay,
I
because
loved
we had
him.
Neil, Larry, and David.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Shonda.
Mr. Mueller.
Mr. Mueller, who taught vocal music.
Choir and all the ensembles.
Right, and your voice range is? Alto, because I'm a soprano. And I asked my voice teacher one time, is there any direct correlation between voice range and personality type? And he said, no comment, Debbie. Woo! All right, and Becky.
Mrs. Herzog.
Mrs. Herzog, and she taught business courses.
Business courses, I took business machines and shorthand from her.
Jay.
I can't even remember my high school teachers.
Oh boy.
I can remember more from middle school.
Oh, they remember you though.
They remember you.
Yeah.
Come on, Coach Hannah.
We were all afraid of Coach Hannah. He wasn't our favorite. Him and Bowling, we were afraid of Bowling too.
Yeah.
I have a Coach Hannah story I'll tell you in a minute. Mark.
Coach Jacobson
Coach Jacobson.
and Mr. Jarnigan, who was our
Miss-
sponsor for Key Club.
He was a character. Yeah, he taught poetry. Well, English class, but I know he taught poetry because a lot of my friends were in there. Okay, now I'm going to tell my Jack Hannah story. Mr. Hannah, or Coach Hannah, pardon me, was ahead of his time. Okay, back in those days, it was still kind of the, women's movement, it was still early on. So it was my senior year, and we pretty much had checked out, but we were still on campus, and it was during PE. And we didn't know what to do, so we're kind of hanging out by the tennis courts, but all the boys were using the tennis courts. And Coach Hannah looked at me and he said, would you like to play tennis? And I said, sure. So he says, go ahead, there's a court over there. So I got to credit Coach Hannah with the first co-ed PE class. Here's the infamous bell and flagpole. I hung around with a group of kids that were far above me intellectually, which has given me the saying, if I'm the smartest person in the room, I'm in the wrong room. But we actually had a reputation. Watch out for those flagpole people.
Okay, turn your badge around so we can hear.
Junior high together.
Yes. Awani?
Yeah, I remember you.
Did you go to Holland?
No, I was from Los Angeles. I was a new girl at Awani. So
I know things start coming back.
Sherry. Oh, okay. It used to be, I went by Cheryl in high school, but I went by Sherry in elementary, and then when they started.
Diane Gilhammer,
Yes.
Linda Blocker,
Yes.
and please tell me your name.
Jerry Eckel.
Jerry Eckel. Okay, I recognize the name.
You want to sit? You guys want to kind of move this way, or?
Who's your spouse? Oh, yeah.
Gotta get framed again. Trying to get out of recognize some people.
Cheers.
You know, tonight is our first adventure with dementia.
Chris went and bought me that. Are you going over there to see?
She told me to tell you. She doesn't like being around me. Especially with COVID now. She's like, good.
Yeah, I don't know from a different high school. He did actually work together at Big Five Sporting Goods. So we met at work. Yeah. And yeah. Uh-oh. Okay. So this is what I've been doing. That's my 5 grandchildren. One daughter has lots, the other daughter has 3. You do too? Oh, that's so nice.
I have 1 grandson and 4 granddaughters.
Oh, that is so. You look beautiful.
I need to let mine grow. Out.
I don't know.
Who's a wide receiver?
I know, you're going to get called out. Your name.
Where's the fire chief?
Oh.
Chuck Tobias, I know you're here. Wave at me. All right. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Cherie Nelson. Karina, and June. This is great. So sorry it didn't take place